Well, good morning and welcome to Subnautica. We are starting a brand new game.
Attention. Hull failure imminent. All personnel abandon ship. Launch in 3, 2, 1.
Ooh, not good. Okay, wake up. Yes, I know you're panicked. Booting in emergency mode.
You have suffered minor head trauma. This is considered an optimal outcome. This PDA has now rebooted in emergency mode with one directive: to keep you alive on an alien world. Please refer to the databank for detailed survival advice. Good luck.
Alright, you have suffered minor head injuries, and of course it just tells you what she said. Press tab to open or close the PDA. Alright, so what do we have here? We have a storage container. We're going to put the fire extinguisher in there. We have a couple flares, a couple filtered waters, and a couple of nutrient blocks. Oops, and don't hit the escape button. Alright, so first thing we want to do is grab a medical kit. Always useful. And the fabricator will create a medical kit periodically. First thing I did learn is that it is a great idea to make sure you always grab those, because you do end up needing them. Now, let's go out. You have two exits. You can exit from the top or the bottom. And it looks like we're hungry.
The Aurora suffered orbital hull failure. Cause unknown. 0 human life signs detected.
So we are very close to some weeds. Ha, sneaky little bugger, isn't it? You definitely have to keep an eye on your oxygen. And this guy, well, you don't want to stick around when those yellow pods explode. Those are fast little buggers. Those aren't so fast. Okay, dinner is served. Now, food is not our only concern. We also want to find a source of water. And
Alien life forms may have unexpected applications. Utilizing alien resources is a proven survival strategy.
Okay. So we have a couple of food sources and some water. And it looks like we have landed ourselves right near a patch of weeds, which we will definitely be wanting later. But yeah, your very first thing you want to do is definitely get some food in you. Okay. So we have that. And of course, like I said, you can enter your life pod from the top or the bottom. And where is, our fabricator. So, we got a couple different type of fish. Let's take a look at them. We got a whole fish, small edible prey fish. We have a Gary fish. We have a boomerang. And we have a bladderfish. Now, for the bladderfish, don't bother using them to cook with. You want those for water. So we're going to start by making some filtered water. And a couple other things I learned from test running the game is that if you don't cook the fish, they last a whole lot longer after you've caught them. If you cook them, they decay very fast. But if you don't cook them, they don't seem to really have a decay. And so you can store them and cook them later and eat them. Second thing I figured out from practice is that you want to eat before you drink. Okay, so we did not get enough nutrition out of that one. Let's make another one. Let's go with the Gary fish.
It is common for those accustomed to synthetic foods to be repulsed by eating an animal carcass. Remember that humans survived this way for millennia. You can too.
Okay, so that got us up to 70%. So we're going to cook the other one now. But yeah, like I said, you want to eat before you drink, because eating the fish usually causes a little bit of dehydration. And then when you're done, you drink. Okay, now, there we go. And Riley is all set for the moment. What else do we need? We could use an oxygen tank, which will require some titanium. So let's go ahead and grab that first. Alright, and we need to watch out for those guys, and we need to watch out for those long skinny guys too, because they will attack you. Wow, we have landed, not sure exactly where we've landed. I think it seems like the worlds are somewhat procedurally generated, because this is different from the one I've been testing the game out with. I want that. Definitely want the scrap metal. And that should be enough scrap metal to break down into the titanium we need for an oxygen tank. Go to resources. And one metal salvage makes 4 titanium. And yes, so we can make our oxygen tank. We could also make a fire extinguisher, or we could make a floating air pump and some pipe, which I have not found particularly useful, but I'm sure it will be much more useful as we go along. Or we can make a waterproof locker. But we really want this oxygen tank, so let's make one.
New blueprint acquired.
So now we have opened up more recipes. We can make fins out of silicone rubber. We can make high capacity tank, but we're going to need glass and silver ore, which we're going to have to find. Right now, I think we're going to work on the fins, which will increase our swim speed. So we need silicone rubber, and if you go up here under basic materials, it tells you what you need. So we need some creepy vine seed clusters, and one will make 2 silicone rubber. And it's dark right now, but as you can see in the dark, you can see where all these silicone clusters are. Of course, we do have to watch out for the shark-looking fish, because they live in this area. So let's grab. Alright, let's head back. Hear that? There's something out there. Okay, not quite ready yet. Alright, so let's make our silicone rubber. And that gives us 2. And since we have another creepy vine seed cluster, we're going to go ahead and make a lubricant.
Is essential in construction of vehicles and power plants.
And anything extra we have, we can put in there. In here, you have all your blueprints. It shows you what they are, what you need for them. So we can make copper wire, batteries, which will be very important, computer chips, wiring kits, tells us the different cooked foods. These are the ones we've already done. Of course, our equipment, our fins, which we are getting ready to make. And then after that, I think our next order of business is going to be a survival knife, which we'll need to get another cluster for to make more rubber.
Detecting increased local radiation levels. Trend is consistent with damage to the Aurora's drive core sustained during planet fall.
Equipment.
The fabricator draws from available data to provide environment-appropriate equipment using locally available materials. For your safety, this setting cannot be overridden.
Okay, so we now have fins and a breather. So this is a very foreign world. Wow. Okay, let's go back inside. We can unpin the tank recipe. And we want to pin our knife recipe. And let's pin the battery recipe too while we're at it. Alright, so we're going to need copper and some sort of fungi or coral to make our battery. But first, let's make our knife. I just heard something. Alright. Let's grab that. Here, make, oh, is that ready? It is. Okay. Make some more silicone rubber. And make our knife.
Weapons were removed from standard survival blueprints following the massacre on Abraxas Prime. The knife remains the only exception.
We can get rid of the knife now. So the next things we're going to want are a scanner and a repair tool. So we're going to mark those. So we can see we have one of the things we need for the scanner already, or the repair tool actually, and that's one of the silicone rubbers. We'll put that away. And of course, everything she says will show up in here. So if you didn't hear her, or you were too busy to hear what she said, well, oh, breakfast is served. Okay. So we need titanium. That guy. We gotta watch out for him. Where'd he go? Where'd my bladderfish go? Okay. Watch out for these guys. I mean, they're not gonna attack you directly, but they don't like your presence. And those balls, if you're fast enough, you can grab them before they explode. But we're not going to take any chances at the moment. And that boomerang fish just managed to sneak away from me.
Oxygen.
And she'll warn you when you need oxygen. Alright, we have breakfast. Let's go back to the pod and cook breakfast, shall we? First, our water. So you do start off with some emergency supplies, but it is pretty easy to grab some of the smaller fish and not use your emergency supplies unless you really need to. Well, there's our cooked fish, and I think we need another one. They don't look so small, do they? But apparently they are rather small. We'll put that away. Now we will eat. We will drink our water. Now, food seems to go a little bit over 100%. I think it goes up to like 111. But the water stops at 100%. So if you're at 100% on your water, well, don't bother drinking anymore. You're just wasting it. Alright, so we need titanium. We're going to need copper. And those shark or sawfish looking creatures are looking for the same thing you're looking for. Because apparently they really like metal. There are a lot of caves. Ooh, that's a nice looking... Oh, that's one of those caves. Okay. Oh, here's some metal.
Seconds.
And of course I'm sitting here gawking at everything and forgetting that I actually, like, need to breathe. I saw And it's giving me a clue that I can cut that with a knife. I don't think I need that yet, but okay, I will cut. Alright, so we have some things to bring back. And I have to admit, I'm not the best with 360 degrees of movement, so it can be a little disorienting for me at times. I must not have gotten it, okay. But I do have that, which is something I needed. Did I not get the, no, I did. It's right here. Oh, I need more than one. Okay. We'll put that away, that away, that away, that away. And then we'll put this salt deposit away. And apparently you can eat the creepy vine. I didn't know that. But I'm not interested in eating it. I am interested in using it for something else. But good to know. Does not provide much nutrition, I noticed, but something. Alright, so. And that makes fiber mesh. And it takes 2 creepy vine to make 1 fiber mesh, which we will put away in here. Now, what else can we make? Oh, and the fiber mesh also makes first aid kits, which is always good. Now we still need copper. So let's start looking for some deposits we can gather materials from. Okay, grab supper while we're out here. Not know what's in that cave, but it certainly makes a lot of noise. We're not fast enough to deal with those guys yet. It's too bad, because I still have not figured out what those yellow pods can do for us. I'll grab that bladderfish. Okay, so grab the salt. Seeing any nodules yet. Sneaky little things. Oh, no, no, no. You can come here. Grab that salt. If I remember right, you can salt fish. I've not had to do that yet. Because like I said, so long as you don't cook the fish that you catch, you can keep them for a while. Oh, also, you don't want to get too close to the Aurora. She is leaking radiation. And probably not the healthiest thing to be around. Ah, break limestone.
Copper is an essential component of all powered equipment. Your probability of survival has just increased to unlikely, but plausible.
Unlikely, but plausible. So, we have the copper we need to make a battery. Oh, our pot is right here. And we have another medical kit. We will put one away. We're going to start stashing those. We'll put those 2 fish away, and we'll put one of the bladder fish away too. Salt deposit. And you can see you run out of space. Do not hit the escape button. You run out of space pretty quick. Now, go over here under electronics. You can make a battery, which you will need.
New blueprint acquired.
To make a scanner, which we can do now.
The scanner can be used to synthesize blueprints from salvage technology and to record alien biological data.
Alright, so we now have our scanner, and that means we can unpin that recipe. We can also unpin the battery recipe for the moment. We won't need that again just yet. Oh, hi. Come here. I want to scan you. There's a lot of them here. Okay, go that way. Okay, well, we're not going to get a full scan of him just yet. Luckily enough, he didn't take that much damage from me, so good. Don't necessarily need to fix myself just yet. Alright, we got our first full scan, and that's a peeper. And we try to scan this walrus looking guy. There we go, a gasopod. A boomerang?
Oxygen.
Okay. We're swimming to the surface, okay? Okay. I probably shouldn't be having so much fun scanning the animals. I should probably be focused on scanning important things. Anything down here I can scan? Yes. And I have learned the blueprint for a trash can.
Blueprint acquired.
I guess that's useful. Actually, it's supposed to be able to break things down, so I'm pretty sure it's useful. Let me grab you. And you. Back here.
Caution. Continued degradation of the Aurora's drive core may result in a quantum detonation. Continuing to monitor.
Sneaky. Sneaky fish. Alright. Alright, let's make some more water. I guess we do have another boomerang, or we have a boomerang to cook. Okay. Okay, and did we get some new recipes? Well, we got the power cell recipe, which is 2 batteries and a silicone rubber. We got... I think that's the only new... Oh, yeah, the trash can. Which is this. Permanently deconstruct unwanted items and safely release their constituent atoms into the atmosphere. So I guess it completely vaporizes them. We have a database. So we have scanned the coral shell plate. This variant of coral has adapted to survive in close proximity to other corals, filtering nutrients from the water and sharing them via a spore-like substance which grows around the base. No practical applications discovered. So we have a gasopod, a slow-moving life form and one of the larger herbivores on the planet. Providing a substantial meal to would-be predators, the gasopod protects its domain by filling the surrounding water with poisonous and corrosive pods whose contents dissolve even synthetic fiber. Thick, non-reactive skin and multiple gill layers render this creature impervious to the noxious acid clouds it produces. A bulbous sac-like appendage on the rear end, a luminescent yellow algae grows inside the sac and produces the poison compound. Abdominal muscles can contract, causing the algae gland to emit the noxious compound into the surrounding water. Capable of powerful movement through the water when moving in small herds, gasopods appear to be social in nature and may even use their emissions in their relationship rituals. Their audible calls are likely signifiers of nearby threats or food source. Approach with caution. Acidic pods may be retrieved and repurposed. Boomerangs, an herbivore encountered in large numbers, found to frequent shallow waters and move in schools. Serrated teeth suggest an adaptation for grinding corals other herbivores are unable to digest. Twin fins. Unusually, this species' 2 fins are a cartilaginous extension of its skeleton. They are less prone to damage and provide superior propulsion, but are also harder to grow back. The bright blue tips are in fact the ends of its digestive tract, where the luminescence of the corals it consumes is most focused. Most active during daylight hours and prone to flee on approach, the boomerang can more easily be observed at night when its luminescence gives it away and seeks the shelter of the seabed. Assessment: edible. Peeper, a fast prey fish encountered in shallow waters and rich in protein. Developed side-facing eyes, capable of discerning colors not just in shallow waters but in a variety of lighting conditions. It is also able to close its eyelids, thus preventing light from reflecting off the lenses and rendering the peeper almost invisible to nighttime predators. Powerful fins. This species has evolved powerful fins which enable rapid acceleration in still water and the ability to leap meters into the air to avoid pursuers. Beak, likely used to break down corals in tough vegetation. An unusually large nasal cavity serves no obvious purpose, and appears to be specially evolved to detect a single specific enzyme. Nothing encountered on the planet so far produces a matching odor. Expulsion tubes. The tubes attached to the peeper's torso are connected directly to its stomach and gills and appear to be designed to expel its contents on demand. Purpose unclear. While the peeper is well adapted to survive in shallow water, a number of its features serve no discernible purpose. It would appear to be just as well suited to survive in deeper waters and is somewhat more intelligent than the usual small herbivore. Assessment: edible, high calorie count, further research required. And acid mushrooms. A common spore-bearing fungi species, the flesh contains a high acidic compound which leaches into the water if the outer skin is penetrated. It is not clear which predator species necessitated such extreme countermeasures, but the acid mushroom's number suggests it has successfully deterred most of them. Assessment: inedible, acid has applications in battery fabrication. Okay. So, as we scan things, of course, it'll tell us more information, like whether or not it's edible, what it has potential uses, all that fun stuff. So we'll grab another med kit and store it away. And of course we can scan things like the creepy vine. Which we kind of already know what it does because, well, the computer already told us. And he wasn't too happy that I was over there. See what's in this direction. Wow, we are surrounded by... Well, this is an interesting world. This is definitely not like the world that I tested on. This is definitely a little bit more dangerous. Hey, challenges are good, right? That? No. Nope, these are eggs, so we're not worried about getting creature eggs yet. But, we'll see a lot of different kinds of creature eggs in the world. Alright, so... anything in here? You definitely want to watch out when going into caves. There is a certain creature, we're actually looking for them. But they're also very, I want to put it, unfriendly. Okay, breakfast is served. I'm liking this world so far. Like I said, definitely going to be more of a challenge, but that's good. And pretty much, there's a lot of stuff that can be scanned. Not just parts that you'll eventually use to make things with. Creatures and plant life and pretty much cataloging your world as you go in this game, which I found kind of neat. Back here. Just want to scan you. Thank you. Okay. So we have scanned the rabbit ray. And if I remember right, they're not edible. They're kind of cute. Oh, and you get to see your shadow. I just heard, well, something just got eaten. Anything else down here I can scan right? Oh, I see something. And we have found one of 2 beacon fragments. Anything in here? Nope, empty. Okay. So we have our food. We have our water. Probably should get a couple more water creatures. Some more, what, the bladderfish. That's what they're called. And they go away when you hit the surface of the water. Fortunately, they don't keep chasing you. Okay, it's another one of those. Yeah, the first couple of days you're definitely going to be focused mostly on getting basic survival stuff made, getting food and water, and, well, generally staying alive. But I have to admit that it's not nearly as difficult as I thought it was going to be. The biggest difficulty is, of course, the 360 degrees of movement if you're not used to it. Okay, so we have 4 and 2. Want one more food fish. Gotcha. Okay. Let's head back to the pod, shall we? We'll put some of these things in here. Put a couple of those in. Put that in. So we want to cook. We'll make some more water. Like I said, you want to make sure you keep those bladderfish specifically for water. Because your water...
The fabricator cooks small organisms while disposing of the skeletal structure, bodily fluids, and internal organs, thus rendering them safe for human consumption.
Okay, good to know. But yeah, your water goes down a lot faster than your food. Making those bladderfish very important. So, we're going to eat the cooked peeper, which actually got us 98% on our food. And now we're at 118 on our food. We'll drink some water. Okay. And I think we have managed to survive our first couple of days nicely. And, well, we'll see where we head off to next time. But until then, bye for now.